9 out of 10 techs can't prove their experience. That is exactly what a shop owner told me on a call yesterday. And it's exposing a massive problem in how we hire skilled technicians. Panel beaters, painters, MET technicians, they all look good on paper. But when it comes to actually proving their skills and, their experience that they claim to have, they can't produce them. And this isn't just one shop's experience. This is happening everywhere. So if you're still hiring based on CVs and, what a technician claims that they can do, you're about to discover why the smarter shops have changed the way that they find talent completely. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Nemisi, founder of Next Orbit AI, where we build AI recruiting systems to find qualified technicians on autopilot for shop owners across the country. And I share everything about real client work and experience right here on this channel. So you're getting the up-to-date scoop on how you can hire technicians on autopilot. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So the certification system has been gamed by people who know how to look great on paper, but can't really produce the same quality when it matters most. But here's the thing, the shops who are winning the hiring game, they have figured out a completely different approach to hiring. And today I'm going to be breaking down exactly what they're doing instead. So let me tell you about Bob. That's not his name, but it's a real story. He runs an 18-bay accident repair center, and he's been burned 4 times in the last year by this exact problem. So picture this, right? Someone applies claiming they're a qualified panel beater or MET technician. Their CV looks perfect, it's ticking all the boxes. They've got all the right qualifications listed, years of experience, everything you just would want to see on paper, right? So Bob does what any responsible shop owner would do. He puts time aside for interviews, writes offer letters, draws up contracts, the whole process. And you know how long the whole process takes. But then it comes to the trial period, and this is where literally everything falls apart. Because when you actually ask these people to do the job that they say they could do perfectly, it becomes crystal clear that they're not what they say they are. But here's the crucial part, and now really this part does get me. When Bob asks them to produce the certificates that they claim that they have, 9 times out of 10, they just don't have them. Think about it for a second. These aren't people who just lost a copy or forgot to bring them to the interview room. These are people who have never had them in the first place. They're literally lying about qualifications that they don't possess. 4 offer letters written, 4 contracts drawn up, 4 complete waste of time. Because the fundamental premise that these people can do the job that they say they can do was just false from the get-go. So let me put this into perspective for you. Bob's shop can handle anywhere between 10 to 25 cars per week, depending on the complexity or time of season. So during the summer, when it's just mainly bumpers, scratches, and wings, they can easily turn around 25 cars in a week. But when you're dealing with complete front ends, complete back ends, complete sides, these are jobs that take 2 days prepping or painting. The throughput just drops dramatic. So right now, they're lucky if they're getting through 10 to 15 cars per week just because of the complexity of the jobs which are coming in through their door. But here's the thing, the capacity is only as good as the people you have who can meet it. So when someone can't do the job that they claim they can do, it's not just about the time which is wasted on hiring them in the first place. It's about the cars that don't get repaired. It's about the customers who you have to disappoint because of extended wait time. It's about that revenue that you lose when that bay sits empty or moves slower than it should. And the thing is, it really does cascade because now you're behind schedule, meaning that other jobs which should be going through the doors quite quickly are getting delayed, which means your customer satisfaction will drop, which ultimately means that your reputation will take it. And this all stemmed from the one fundamental premise that someone couldn't do the job that they say they could. So here's the thing. The shops who have figured this out understand something very crucial. A technician who can actually do the work at 80% efficiency is infinitely more valuable than someone who claims 100% capacity but really only delivers 20% of results. Because really, when you have people who can actually perform, everything just falls into place. Your scheduling becomes predictable, your quality remains at that top level, your customers remain happy, and ultimately your business grows. So what are the smart shops doing? Well, they have completely flipped the script on how they evaluate talent. So instead of starting with what's just written on the paper and looks fancy in the CV, they actually start with what the technician can actually do with their hands. So really, the shops that have started winning in this hiring game literally threw away CVs. They don't even want to look at them. Really, what they want to look at is what this technician can do with their skill set. They realize that real competence and experience can't be faked when you put a tool in someone's hand and a job that they should be able to do quite easily and give them actual work to demonstrate. Think about it logically, right? You can easily fake a certificate. With all the AI tools which are out there right now, it's becoming easier than ever to do that. You can embellish, you can make your experience on the CV look very pretty, and you can even rehearse answers for common interview questions, right? But you can't fake the ability to properly prep a panel, diagnose a car, or execute on a quality paint job when someone's watching you. These shops have developed a systematic way to assess practical competence before they ever even waste time on paperwork. Or they're looking for people who can demonstrate their proficiency and not just claim to have. And here's what's really interesting, right? When you find people who can do the work, they're usually so proud to show it. They want to, demonstrate their skills because they've earned them legitimately, not trying to avoid practical assessments or even make excuses about why they can't find their certificate. And the result? These shops are building teams with people who can actually deliver on the promises which they make. Their hiring success rate just jumps up dramatically. Their time on training reduces dramatically as well because, they're not starting from a blank slate. More importantly, wasting time and fun. But more importantly is that they're not wasting time on people who fundamentally can't do the job. They're not writing offer letters for people who will wash out in the first week of their trial. They're not dealing with the cascade of problems which come from hiring people with fake look, the credential system is not going to fix itself. If anything, it's getting easier to fake your experience and credentials than harder. But really, that doesn't mean that you have to keep getting burnt by people who look great on paper but can't actually deliver on their promises. There's shops that are thriving right now and who have deep benches of qualified people that they can call on whenever they want. They've realized that competence trumps skills any day of the week. They've built systems that identify real skills before anyone invests a single ounce of time on people who can't actually do the job. So if you're tired of dealing with this problem in your own hiring efforts, really there are ways to sidestep it. You don't have to keep playing the lotto with people's resumes, hoping, crossing your fingers that they can actually do the job once you bring them. So if you want to see how we're helping shops find the quality candidates who can do the work without having to waste a single ounce of time on CVs or skill assessments, I've put together a complete breakdown of our vetting system. It's the same process that we use to pre-qualify candidates, so you interview people who can genuinely do the work. So click the link in the description down below to book a quick 15-minute call with our team so we can walk you through exactly how this works. Anyway, if you've enjoyed today's video, leave a like, maybe subscribe too. If not, let me know down below in the comments. I always read the comments and take any feedback I can get. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one.